now flying with First Class Films.
What's good, my dude? Everything good?
Yeah.
Yo, right now, man, we're sitting in the middle of Finga Lickin. First of all, I've never eaten Finga Lickin in my life. We're about to have an amazing experience right now with this food.
Finger licking good.
You already know, man. But I know you've obviously been coming around here for a minute. Wow. You know what I mean? I know Carroll City is your stomping grounds. Tell us a little bit about your come up, like in the beginning of the game. I know you've been in this game for already like a decade. So tell us a little bit about the come up.
Right, well, in the process of coming up, I was around it. I grew up around it. My daddy played guitar. I had to play drums for him. That's how I had to make my little shoe money on the weekend with him when I started. That's when I was around by real young, up to about 13 or whatever. But my brother them used to be rapping too. So
your family's Bahamian, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
My mama from Bahamas and my daddy from Turks and Caicos.
Okay.
So I basically came up around the music or whatever it is. It was actually this dude named RP. He moved, our house, it had a little house in the back. And he moved in there. He was from Kansas or whatever it is. But he had the studio thing going on. And my brother them used to be going back there. And I used to just go back there and listen to him or whatever it is. I mainly got a kick out of just watching them do it. And I just wanted a tape so I can play it. You know what I'm saying? And recite the words or whatever. That was their thing until one day I tried it. And it was crazy because when I tried it, me and a partner of mine, his name Mash, he been with me from the beginning with it. We did a song, and the song happened to grow legs.
Yeah.
So we in school now with it and stuff. So now people asking us for the song or whatever it is, and then it came to a point where they wanted us to perform. But I told them that wasn't me on that song. Like I been had a little buzz going on from back then or whatever it is. But as I kept on with it, my sister used to do this dude here. His name was Finch from Icon Music or whatever it is.
Icon.
And I used to tell him, I'm like, man, y'all need to sign me, man, whatever it is. He said, I see you. He used to always tell me, I see you, kid. Just keep writing, man. Just keep dropping, man. Keep writing, man. Until one day I went to the studio. I started hanging out around there. And then we started doing records or whatever it is. It was like my first record I did over there with them was Luke and Trina.
Right.
But I don't know what happened. It was for a soundtrack or whatever. I forgot the name of the song. But then one day I went in the studio and Gorilla Tech was making the beat. That song came out, Shone.
Yeah.
He was making that beat. He was telling me, man, what you think about it? He was making that beat for Trina.
Oh, man.
And I was like, man, I like this beat, but I'm like, damn, how I'm going to get it? Because he making it for Trina.
Yo, you went in with the swoop real quick.
No, where I got it from, I told him, I said, man, let me try to write something for Trina, man.
Yeah.
I did my own song on there. And then it was like, the song wasn't even much mixed or nothing like that. We recorded it or whatever. But we told the dude who recorded us, burn a copy of it so I could ride around and listen to it just in case I want to add something else to it. I took it straight to the club. And 2 weeks later, that thing was everywhere, and it started from there, yeah.
Yo, as a jit in high school, we heard that song, like, amongst my clique, and we were just like, damn, yo, this is going to be popping at parties forever, yo.
2 weeks, bro, that song was
in the clubs, everywhere, yo.
Yeah.
On the radio, that shit was everywhere, yo.
Yeah.
So now, after the success of Shone, like, you went on to, you did other big major singles, I'm the Shit. You worked with Ross and stuff like that.
I actually did I'm the Shit, like, right after, like, in the process, like a month later, because it's like around there at the studio, I wasn't really using they wasn't really letting me use the studio like that because they had Southern Boy at the time, and they done did the movie with him, so I had to get in the studio when I couldn't get in the studio. You get what I'm saying? R.I.P. me and Toro. So we used to just be hanging around there, like, man, when they gonna let us get in the studio? You feel me? Like, man, we done signed with these boys or whatever it is, and blah blah blah. But one of them breaks I had got, like, a month later I had did I'm the Shit. But then when me and Tech was in the studio, and Tech was telling me, he like, I'm like, man, I like this one. I want to do this one. I'm the shit. Like, yeah, it's cool and all. That's on some mixtape shit. I said, I'm going to show you. And that one there, like 2 weeks later, DJ Nasty came back to the studio and he was telling us, man, I had dropped that. The club went crazy.
Yeah.
And that's how that the shit came about. He thought it was a mixtape record. So if I wasn't trying to show him what this record was, I would have never known what it was because I would have, judged it from right there. Oh, this is a mixtape record.
Yeah.
But it wasn't no mixtape record. That thing went viral.
That's a hit right there.
Yeah.
Straight up.
That's how the shit came about and all with the Ross and all that. I was buzzing in the streets. Like, me and Ross was on the radio together. That's when Ross had Speed. Yeah.
I remember.
I did more numbers. No disrespect to the boss, you feel me? I was doing more numbers on 99 Jams with it, you feel me? So it was only right. Ross
Shout
hit
out to
me.
Jams, yo.
Right. Ross hit. Sam Sneak called me. I need that instrumental. That boy want that instrumental. I'm like, for real? He like, yeah, man. I got you. So, boom, he got Ross on it, and Ross went crazy on it. Yeah.
So then after that, I know you dropped 2 other mixtapes, and now you really came out with, like, I feel like it was one of your shiners with Feel My Pain.
Right.
You had Jim Jones on that. Talk about getting Jim Jones on the record.
Well, that came about with Jim. I met Jim through Epps.
Okay.
Epps, I was running around with Epps, and that was before he was on the beat or whatever it is. Like, he was telling me he finna get a situation right, and he put a little concert together that was downtown, somewhere down there, and I went down there, and Jim happened to be there, and I was performing this record called Fuck the Lick Out of You Tonight. It's called You Tonight. And Jim was like, I came outside, it was him and Lucci. Okay. Lucci and Jim Jones was out there. Them niggas were in a yellow Lamborghini. It was like, them boys was just like waiting on me to come outside. So I just come outside of Lucci. Yo! I'm like, what's good? I see Jim there. What's good, man? You go get in the studio. You know how he talk. And I've been rocking with that nigga from since then, man.
How was that studio session?
The session, we went and we did a couple records before we did Feel My Pain, but I told him I got this record I want to get on. So one day I booked the session, and then happily he hit me like, where you at? I said, I'm at Circle House. He said, I'm at Circle House. I said, well, he said he crossed the street and he was in the big house. I was at the little house. So I was like, okay, then perfect. So D-Rock, before that part, D-Rock was in, I called D-Rock. D-Rock the nigga who made the beat. Right. D-Rock a dope producer too. He said, I'm going to play some beats for you. I said, come on, play them. He played that. I freestyle Feel My Pain. I ain't write it or nothing. I went in the booth. I'm like, man, Jim crossed the street. He like, man, let's go over there. Let's go over there and play it for him. So we went over there and played it for him. He vibed out. He didn't do it that night, though. He did it like 2 weeks later. I thought he ain't wanted to do it at first, but I'm like, man, this nigga don't do this verse, man. I'm going to do this shit myself, man. But the nigga called me. Yo, come to the studio. And he dropped it. We made history from there.
That's what's up, man. Or that's on it. That was really like, I feel like it was kind of like your comeback into like getting back into the swing of things, and now you've got your next project coming out, Feel My Pain 2.
Feel My Pain Part 2.
Right. I know you've been pushing that a little bit. Tell us a little about that one, because I know it's the sequel.
Right. It's crazy because I wasn't even gonna drop Feel My Pain Part 2. Right. But they saying, the streets telling me, oh, Feel My Pain is a classic. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was gonna come out with the next tape I was gonna come out with Who Gonna Stick Me. Right. But the response I was getting back off of the Feel My Pain, they were saying, okay, we waiting on Who Gonna Stick Me, but Who Gonna Stick Me vibe wasn't like Feel My Pain 1. It was like more on a up, turn up, or whatever it is, but I'm like, nah, I gotta give the people what they want. You feel me? I got them listening, so I might as well continue feeding them. Then I dropped that, man, because then I started playing some of the records, because I told a couple people I let hear it. So niggas was telling me, damn, boy, you still got pain built up? I say, nigga, I'm still here. What you mean? Like, damn, bro. Like, the part 2, like, it go in. It go in. So I'm like, y'all want part 2? I'm going to give y'all part 2. Now, Thanksgiving, they finna get part 2.
That's what it is. What would you say was one of the songs that really, like, brought out a lot of your inner feelings and thoughts and frustrations and emotions that you've been going through throughout this mixtape.
On the part two
on
or
part two?
It's a couple of them. I got one called I Try.
Okay.
That one I try. Like I got one called It Ain't Easy. Like mainly like this whole thing is like you gonna personally know me, you gonna feel like you know me. If you don't know me, you gonna wanna meet me after hearing it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause you gonna be able to relate, and if you ain't going through what I'm going through, you gonna feel my pain. You dig?
Right.
Cause I'm keeping it G like all the way out. Like ain't no sugarcoating nothing. Cause I just feel like if I'm gonna do it, I only got one shot to do it. So that's it ain't no plan B for me.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? If this don't work, then it's back to what I used to know. Right. I ain't trying to go back to what I used to know. Cause I got 2 little boys. You feel me? And I can't be raising them off of what I used to know. Cause that ain't no telling when that's gonna stop.
Exactly.
So, I'm just trying to do it the right way now, man. So, what I done seen, what I done been through, and I'm putting it all into one. Like you gonna really know me. Just like Feel My Pain too. It's like a bio of me.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds legit, man.
Yeah.
Who would you say? What kind of producers did you invite to come back?
Right.
I know you was talking about D-Rock before. Did you invite him to come back?
Yeah, D-Rock not going nowhere, man. me and D-Rock, we beefing right now. Me and D-Rock, we be going back and forth, man.
Yeah.
Our beef don't last long. It'll be 2 days or whatever. He cussed me out.
That's what's up.
But we get it right. You know what I'm saying? But mainly, like, the thing was, like, a lot of the music I wanted to use, like, niggas wasn't producing that. Everybody want to do trap shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Trap. I don't do that kind of music. I can do it. It came to the point where I found myself starting to do music like that. But I'm like, that's not me. Because if you hear the 30 shots, it was like that. But if you listen to the 30 shots, I'm saying real shit.
Yeah. There's no mumble rap.
Right. So with that there, it's like, I don't want no trap. Like, when you send me beat, don't send me no trap shit. Because I don't want that. I want that shit that you can hear. You get goosebumps. Do you get goosebumps listening to any one of these niggas' records now? See, my music make you want to roll up and get your shit together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not roll up and turn up and fuck up what you trying to save. And like, nah. I'm trying to make it, like, Feel My Pain is it. FMP too, man. You know what I'm saying? So I came from the heart with it, and I'm going to continue coming from the heart with it because that's what they want to hear from me, and that's what I'm known for. The dude who straight up and give you that real music, you know what I'm saying? Real music to get real responses, not for no moments. And when I record my music, I'm not recording my music to try to, this a big hit and all that. My whole thing is I just want good music.
Right.
Good music gonna last, you know what I'm saying? So if you got a tape that's full of good music, it's automatically a stamp of a classic.
Exactly.
And that's what Ball Greezy delivering, nothing but classics.
Word. Since 2006.
And still relevant.
Word, exactly, man. So, within the past decade, obviously, the range of new artists in Miami have changed a lot.
Right.
How do you feel that you've really, kind of moved on from that, new rising artist, persona? The transition. Like, I feel like you're well over that by now. You know what I mean? Right. So how do you handle that transition now, and still feel like you gotta prove yourself, like, the OG. You know what I mean? Right.
And I feel like that comes along with, but when you put in work, you ain't got no point to prove. It's like if the circle you came up with know you a real nigga, you ain't got to prove nothing to the new niggas and show them that you're a real nigga too, because you'll be trying to prove yourself for the rest of your life, man. Once them niggas know I did my thing, I'm 100, I'm real, like, you feel me? I kept my shit G. My shit was solid from the beginning, you feel me? So I ain't got no point to prove. So when the niggas see me transitioning over and if they want to call it not fucking with nobody, I fuck with niggas. I fuck with who fuck with me, you get what I'm saying? But you got to get on what I'm on for me to fuck with you.
Right.
I'm not finna go back to what we used to be doing just so, cause we cool and all that. I'm not with that, bro.
Right.
So if you want to stay in the same circle and feel like, okay, this shit gonna work one day, and I don't know, and you trying to figure, I can't help you figure it out, bro.
Yeah.
My ideas and your ideas come together should be something that we never had before.
Exactly.
But if my ideas come to yours and we put them together and it sound like back in the days, we not going nowhere, bro. We moving backwards. So if we put them together and we move ahead, let's keep on putting it together. But if we put it together and it go backwards, it's built wrong.
Word. So who else did you call on to work on this album?
Like really, mainly like I wanted to reach out to the couple of them because it's people here that I do fuck with like that. You know what I'm saying? Not to call no names or nothing like that, because when you miss names, then you don't fuck with me. But there was a couple people that I did want to fuck with, but I just feel like this project here, let me get it out of me. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't need no help expressing myself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, but you know, this my pain. This not our pain. You get what I'm saying? This is still my pain.
That's right.
Khaled boys.
Khaled boys. Shout out to Khaled, man. Mm-hmm. We actually here in Finga Lickin right now. Khaled's own restaurant, bro. Right. How many times do we eat here? A lot, like a week.
This place here, I had you about 400 pounds, man. And like, yo, like, cause everything good. You like, you know, you here, you want to try everything, but. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Finga Lickin.
Straight up. Shout out to Khaled. Yeah, all them, man.
Yeah, Tasha doing work. Yeah, you know, all them, but at the same time, back to about the dudes that's from here, man. And like, whenever they need me, I'm here though, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need something from Ball, man. I got y'all boys, man. You know, I ain't nothing changed, man. I'm just, you know, on this feel my pain right quick.
That's what's up, man.
All right.
So, you know, obviously we about to commit to 2017. Mm-hmm. Where do you see yourself in the next year?
Negotiating a deal, of course. You know, of course. Going with the highest bidder, because best believe they gonna come. Mm-hmm. You know, because this music I'm putting out now, it's like this what the streets been missing, man.
Right.
Like, I ain't gonna say it never happened before, but this what the streets been needing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everything been turned up so high. Now we gonna get some balance to it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's mainly negotiating. You know, hopefully, I was thinking about opening a label or whatever it is, and really like going into that. And might get me an artist or whatever it is. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And give him all the hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you, man.
That's mainly it, man.
That's what it is.
Trying to spend more. And, you know, trying to spend more time with my kids, man. You know, I've just been on the ground so hard or whatever it is, you know. It's not, it's a life on FaceTime, you feel me? But daddy got to get it, boy.
Exactly,
You feel me? And,
what y'all doing for Christmas and stuff like that?
Yeah, spend more time with my family, man. Like, that's mainly it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's mainly it for the 17, man.
True. That's what it is, man. But, so, I know that, you know, when it comes to this album, you have another album that's coming after that. That'll be the first quarter of next year. Are you gonna be into like some kind of touring or something like that? When was the last tour you went
on? The Feel My Pain tour. That was like what, 2 months ago or whatever it is. We went all the way up to Virginia with it. We got a hell of a response back, and that's what mainly like made me feel like, you know what, you need to drop the part 2 too, because these people like the part 1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it just made me want to work and just keep on pushing. But you know, I'm gonna go back at it. I just came back mainly to really finish this project and then step back. You know, back to back out there on the grind, man.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but you know, all the tours I've been on to Feel My Pain. So we had a couple people that was trying to line us up on the tours or whatever, you know. But I don't know, man. You can't wait around, like, you know what I'm saying.
You gotta keep it moving.
Yeah, when y'all ready for me, I'm there. But until then, I'm on this Feel My Pain.
Well, that's what's up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that's all I got for you, man. Yo,
appreciate you.
Thank you for talking to me, man.
Thanks.
Straight up. Yo, Feel My Pain 2 coming soon.
Coming.
You're now flying with First Class Films.